no more they can't do it. So that's what it's supporting its health, the assisted living. So it's also Florida statute is regulated by that and the ACA. So we're gonna learn and let's just continue now. All right. Self-administration versus medication administration. What is their difference? The self-administration is the resident take their own medication, like I was telling you, independently or with limited help. All right. And it governs Florida 429. And medication administration, what is it? So the medication administration, the act of measuring, preparing, and giving medication. If you are measuring by yourself, if you're preparing it by yourself, and if you're giving it, so that's not your job. Yeah. For example, injection. If there are injection, so this one is that they take. It's a pen. We just prepare it. We prepare it, and then she took it herself. But if it's a vial, we can't give her. If a vial, she can't give it. She can give it herself. It means she's not appropriate for this facility or for the standard facility. So you always assist them. If you cannot, you're not allowed to mix. You're not allowed to measure. This is how much you have to take it. You don't allow it. You just have to assist them what is written there. Right?
Excuse me, is Jew?
And
Jew?
oh.
Because where I work, I
This
do
is the law.
everything.
So this is the.
Yeah, where I work, I do everything.
I know. That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Where I work,
that's how it should be.
Yeah, I do everything.
So those are performed by healthcare professionals like nurses, and it involves also a clinical decision, right? It's a clinical decision. If something happens, they have the license. For example, as a pharmacist, here, as my role is as a caregiver, I took all the courses like you do, even though I know about this course, but I have also certificate because it's the role that makes me here.
Yeah.
That the law is making me to take that courses, but still I'm teaching it.
Yeah.
So it's reverse it. I can teach it, but I have to take. Somebody has to teach me also that course because it's the role. My role is helping the residents, and then everybody when the supervisor comes, they just have to check it. They don't care who you are. You are a caregiver, so did you take those courses? Did you do this? Did you do that? So that's how it's treated. So you just go according to the law. It's so might not be applied, but it should be applied. That's how we are expected to do. So the key difference. So did you see the key difference here? Is so the difference is self-administration is assistance without decision making. You assist them. You don't make a decision for that. But medication administration is a professional delivery with clinical judgment. Clinical judgment. So if the doctor prescribes it like blood pressure medication, he just see everything else, compare and do and study and which one is convenient for you. He's deciding for you. But you don't decide like that. You just assist them. Alright, who may assist in the facility? So as like I thought, I was just touching it. So who may assist it? It's the CNA, the healthcare, and other trained unlicensed givers. So unlicensed giver. For example, Lydia for first time joining here, and also she joining like the first time for healthcare, to work here. But she's not HHAS. She didn't take the course, or she's not a CNA. But she's a caregiver. She's a caregiver, she's being trained now, and if she has the skill to deliver, if she has the skill that allows her the 6 hours, she's allowed to work. And other courses also she's taking. So that's who they are. So you have to complete the 6 hours training and demonstrate the competency. Like, after 6 hours, you will also gonna take the exam, and if you pass, you get the certificate. Alright, so what are the permissible activities for you, for everybody, for us unlicensed person? What are the permissible? What are allowed for us to do in the facility? So reading the medication labels loudly. You just read it to the loudly, so you take their medications and the medications, you compare it, what room you're going, and to that person who you are. First you're gonna knock, we're gonna learn all those. And then you read it loudly to the residents, what medication it is. this is your name, this blah blah, and then this is the medication you're gonna take loudly, the strength and everything, and also everything on the label that says you have to take one tablet twice daily. You have to mention it all, so you have to read it loudly. And handling medication also to the resident, you just provide them also. Reminding or encouraging the residents to take their medication, opening containers or blisters or handling pill organizers, steady the resident's hand. Sometimes they shake because they are arthritis and they are weak. Sometimes their heart is very weak and then the muscles are also weak. So you support them, like you support them. And handling the pill organizer, so providing waters, food, help them swallowing, assisting with devices like inhalers, insulin pens, eye drops, ear drops, observing the resident while taking the medication, returning medication properly to the storage location, also observe and this documenting that medication they was taking, and you put your initials or signature, reporting refusal or change in their conditions, and no clinical judgment or no direct administration is allowed, right? So did you understand those? Those are the activities. But you have a book, you can read it. So it's very good that you have a reference for the future. I have also a book. You can buy it some other times. So it's called like the same thing discourse, but it is a book form, like totally book form. You read it slowly. So I have a book. So it's on the publishing process. Something was an error, but it's already finished. So if you want to buy also that book, you can have it in yours. Now always read it, or it has also like kind of audio, and then you can read it while you're driving. What is not allowed? What is not allowed or prohibited is, right? Administering medication directly to the resident. Put it to their mouth, all right? Injection, topical creams, antibiotics, or something like that. And making clinical judgment and changing doses. You don't change the doses. And crushing or mixing or altering medication without specific order. The doctor has to give you, like if you, for example, they have a problem, most of them they have a problem with swallowing, and then the doctor might order crush all medications and give it with applesauce or something liquid. But if they don't have that, you can't do it by yourself to decide. And then you have to get a crash order, or a crash order. Sometimes some medications they cannot crash because they are extended release.
Yeah.
So for example, a good example is cardizepam for heart. So always they extended release at the big doses, like kind of 240 or something else, but the non-extended is 120. So if you crush that medication, when they swallow it, it has to release slowly to their body, slowly in 24 hours. But if you crush it, you're dumping it to their body, and then they might die. They might die because of the heart arrest or something else. So you cannot crush medication and give it to them. So you have to get also crush medication. So those are the activities that you're not allowed to do. Like you don't crush medication, you don't, unless it is specifically given order for you by the pharmacist or just the nurse, the administrator. They handle it, but you don't do it yourself. All right. Altering timing or frequency without problem. Altering time. For example, if you have to give them at 7 a.m., you can give them 8 a.m. or you can give them at 6 a.m. If it is labeled at 7, so you have 1 hour back and 1 hour before. But if that passes, you're gonna be targeted by the supervisor if you stay so. So that's how I always rush, like all the time is going. You always rush in the morning to give them, because there are a lot of, you might be working like 10 people, giving you sometimes, and then time is not enough. So that's why sometimes you rush, but that's the time it's given for you. So if you within that window, if you don't give them, it's the law says it's wrong, all right? And falsifying documents if medication was given. Falsifying. If medication wasn't given or just something happened, if you do put a false, so it is also wrong. So it's not your fault if they refuse taking medication. It's really not your fault. So putting that and documenting it is important for the resident, for the safety. Alright? So am I getting faster or are you okay following me?
You're fine.
Alright. So pill organizer. So Miss Edna, do you work in a facility? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do? So-
Yeah, I'm a med tech. I've been a med tech for.
Alright. So pill organizer. Pill organizer is like it's the pill organizer that they just organize it. We might have it here also, even though we don't use it, but we've been using it before for some residents. So it's for 7 days. It's prepared for 7 days, AM, PM, midday, or 6 at night. So it is a compartment, division that they have to take daily for a week. It's always ready for a week, and that is a pill organizer. So pill organizer, you do not prepare pill organizer. You don't prepare as a caregiver. Pill organizer is prepared either by a family, by a pharmacist, by a nurse, or a doctor, or the family member can come over and prepare it for you. But you just can assist them that medication. You cannot take it off that medication and give it to them. And it should be also a label, like label. This is even morning medication. If they ask for, I don't know what that medication they are. It should have also in their cabinet, like a label medication. So that's a pill organizer. It's a container, compartment, label, a data, a time. It helps residents remember and manage their medication, especially if they are aware, oriented themselves, and they can do just little reminding them. You can put them in their room and then assist them that they can take it sometimes. Or family member can come over, or if there is a nurse in the facility, she can also prepare for that. Or a pharmacist in the big facility, if they are there, they can prepare it. They can prepare the pill organizer, and I cannot prepare. I'm a pharmacist working here with you as a caregiver, like I was telling you. I cannot prepare. I can do it, but I cannot prepare. Why? Because my role is like a caregiver. It's not a pharmacist. All right. So I just want to make sure that clear. So, also useful living support for administrators. It must be filled only by authorized person. RNA, a pharmacist, a prescriber, capable resident, and the resident himself can prepare it if they can do it, or a family member. And it's always a 7-day supply, alright? Labeled filled with it, and when filled, not allowed to direct administration. So it's not allowed. It's not for a direct administration. Right? We just have to assist them. Alright, so in a pill organizer, what is not allowed is the pill organizer. You do not fill. You do not fill the pill organizer. All right, that's one thing. And you do not remove or add medication to the organizer. Also, you don't remove or you don't add. You just give what is there. You do not alter it. You do not crash. You do not spill it. Lose expired continued medication again. Or you do not mix or ignore signs of confusion or refusal or